Okay, welcome again to a new month and a new special date, which is 3-3. And again, as promised, I have Michelle with me, Michelle Angieyz. Um, just to remind you, I'm your self love coach and mentor, and I have videos being posted every single week on Yassminne about self love, wisdom, and spirituality. So stay tuned for more videos. And now, without further ado, I'm gonna leave the floor to Michelle to tell us a bit about herself and get into the channeling mode and what we've channeled for today. Michelle, welcome again.
Thank you, Yasmin. So I'm Michelle Angieyz. I'm a somatic trauma therapist and I work very shamanically. So today is the 3-3 portal. It's a very special date, and here are the channel messages that we have already channeled. I'm just doing the transmission, okay? So this is what came up. So there is a huge timeline shift that is happening. The 3D and the 5D timelines are there is a whole rupture basically that's happening, and some people will be looping, some will be leaping. Okay, so those who
I
are
like
ready
that.
to leap into 5D, that is happening, as well as people who are still in the third dimension. They will be, there is, the energy that they are still looping in their problems. um, and Usually what happens is before a leap, okay, there are huge, like, earth-shattering changes that happen just before the leap, and these are things that literally bring you to your knees. Okay, so these, just inform you whether it is time to, you have a choice in that timeline to leap or to keep looping in those problems. So people
Yeah.
are making that, empowered choice. You can choose to leap, or you can choose to stay looping in those problems. So that is what I tuned into, and it's like, some people, like, they are ready to throw in the rope, and um, it's like, the reality that they are in, it's not working for them, so that it's like, they either choose change, or, there'll be a whole lot of lower emotions, like shame, guilt, and all that kind of stuff, the very heavy, dense
Mm,
emotions. So what happens is they become a vibrational mismatch because the energies are really high at this moment. So you can, yes, you can be in those very corrosive, very toxic emotions, but what happens is that there is a high chance you become a vibrational mismatch to the energies of Earth. So the whole point is to be ascending with the vibrational energies of Earth, and the intensity of the solar flares, and it's just going on increasing. So you have to keep up with it. Uh, and it's like, if you are looping, okay, then take the time to come back to your center, because these energies really have the potential to disrupt everything, disrupt your whole life, and come back to your center and refuel your batteries, so that you can take a good perspective, take a zoomed out view of what is actually going on. Don't be, so caught up in a subjective reality. Okay, look at it from an objective point of view. View things, okay, how is this going to lead me to my highest timeline, my purpose, my destiny? View it from that place, and it'll help you, ascend, take a leap. Okay, even if you are still looping, just knowing that this is for your greatest good helps you even take a small leap. And to help you with the ascension, make sure you're not traveling, not going through these changes all on your own. Make sure you have coaches, mentors who can see you in your highest potential. Otherwise it'll be, it is, those energies can be so dense, so heavy, that you can go down the shame spiral, and that never ends well for anyone around you. So uh,
yeah.
make sure you have the right kind of guides. See that anyone that resonates with you, you're taking their help. um, because this is not, when you are caught up in that spiral, you just don't have more life left in you, kind of, you're not
Yeah.
at the frequency where you can see the solutions. So someone who has already taken the journey, so catch their, put your hand in their hand, go along with them, who know the pathways, who know how to sort all these things out. Okay. Another thing is, so this is the second thing is, this is all about the rupture leading to the rapture. Okay. Um, So what is happening is, even in families, if you have these, there are people that your energies were tied up with. Okay, so these energies are now separating. Okay, and these people, especially the free spirit people, they are more stepping into their own energies, the enmeshment, the codependency. All this is coming off. This energies, anything that is basically tying you down to the heavier, denser energies. Those energy, there is a split that is happening, and this is so that you can access your own energies and they can access their own energies, because there is this whole enmeshment and codependency dynamic that um, when you're engulfed in that, you cannot access your own energies separately. So this is where it can feel like a disruption when you're in the 3D, and it can feel intense, but however you can see to it as like something that is happening for your highest good, and you can um, choose uh, to see it in a higher perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
so um, so this is about also about restoration of your divine blueprint. Okay, this is where you are coming back to your original coding without the code corruption. Okay, so this is like restoration of the codes to its positive expression. Okay, and
Nice.
this is people who are who have already done the journeys. They are coming back to the 0 point field. And
Nice.
for people in 3D, however, this the rupture will be feeling very isolating. Okay, they'll feel more isolated. They want to hide, and they again the energies of shame, guilt, envy. Envy is really especially coming up. These are all
Mm.
very heavy emotions, and they are basically running the show. Okay. Um, anyone, like, even if you are in the same house, okay, what is happening is the someone who's in 3D and someone in 5D, so basically you will be running your separate shows. There'll be like invisible walls kind of so that you can feel your own energy and access your own energy, and they can do that for themselves as well. So this isolation basically is happening so that you can um it is like your um everything that is not serving you is basically being burnt down. So don't try to save anybody else, just focus on your own journey. It's don't like try to save the moth from going into the fire. Let them
Yeah.
go into the fire because it's for their highest good. Okay,
Live and let live.
yes. Okay, don't try to be this go into savior mode basically, right? um and then there's the biggest thing that has happened is that is coming out of this is the shifts in identity.
Mm.
People who are married, they can access their single identity again, what it is like to feel single and take decisions on their own. That is what is happening, and then people are stepping more back into their free spirit energy. So it's all about freedom, and to um how would it be kind of if my energies are not getting pulled in all the directions, and
Mm.
I can just be myself. And then there are other types of changes in the identity dynamic that is happening, where people who were struggling to have children, they are having children. Okay, so the
Mm.
identity shift is happening, so they are going to become moms, dads. That is happening. Um, and another thing is, yeah, it's about clearing your fields. Okay, it is about decluttering. So that is, as you're leaping, you need to be as light as possible. So it is more about decluttering. It is
Yeah.
about detachment. It is about disruption. And again, don't save others, and concentrate on yourself. And for people in 5D, it'll feel like, very freeing, welcome kind of a change. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is where it'll feel very refreshing after a very long time, like, new
Yeah.
energies are coming in. It'll feel like spring and you're walking into summery kind of energies, all those kind of things. Another thing, three is about healing. So I felt, my healing energies, just the way I access my energies, they've gone quantum basically. Okay,
Yeah.
they have gone to another level.
Magnified. Yeah.
Yeah. So the color for this energy is, it's coral. That's what I tapped into. And it's a mix of basically the heart and the solar plexus energies. But it's also about the three, the three. So it is about the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus. So this is the activation that is happening. And basically, it's about we getting out of our own way and allowing the transmissions and the flow to come in. And basically, it's about, not operating from the mind field, the mind, which is the minefield. So we are going to the 0 point field rather than
Which is the heart field, which is
yeah,
from the heart.
yes. So instead of operating from our mind, which is the minefield, okay. Um, so yeah, we have places to go. That's the case. So there'll be a lot of
I
like
think I think the energies from what you said are much nicer. Not much nicer. There's not in the energy field. There's nothing called nicer or better. It's just an energy field. But the purpose of each energy is different at any point in time. But I guess since December, we've been seeing very, very, very high energies. And I think these are, I don't want to say milder, but they sense freer
yes.
in the sense. It's like a fresh, like you said, it's summer, it's a spring kind of coming in. And it's like a fresh breath of air, like finally we can catch our breath,
Yeah.
so very nice insights. Anything else you want to add?
People will be more in their bodies, it's about accessing the intelligence of the body. And also, it's also about, tuning into the realm of magic. So the word
Yeah.
magic was really huge for me this
Yeah.
month. Yeah. And psychic activities will be at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be about your dream space, out of body um, uh,
Experience,
experiences, those
intuition.
synchronicity, intuition going up really high. Okay. There is a mix of Aquarian and Pisces energy here, and this is a whole another level of activation of the power energies. Okay, power done right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an activation of the solar plexus. Okay, because your identity is linked to your power as well. Okay.
Yeah, willpower.
Yeah. And yeah, this is it. I've covered everything.
Thank you so much, so much. Again, because different people channel, and I think this is a great exercise that we're doing because people can see that different people can see different things. The messages can intertwine, the messages can complement, the messages can supplement, because that's the beauty of life. This is where we bring in our uniqueness. So thank you for that. I will start with what came through for me, to be honest. And then immediately I carried a red pen because I felt so coral is also has obviously elements of red because pink is based out of red. So for me, I felt like there were a lot of fire energies and I felt like there was a red color that was really prominent in the channeling, even though when I first started channeling, I saw a lot of violet light and a lot of white light that were intertwined. And I'm going to talk about this a bit down the line. But so I like numbers. Coming from a financial background, I really love numbers. So for me, when you calculate 3 and 2024, that's 6 and 8, that's 14, and 5, that sums up to 5. If you want to reduce the number to one-digit number, that sums up to 5, and 5 is the number of change. Okay, so things will be switching up from now going forwards. For me, the moment I accessed, I could see that the message came so strong and clear. It's time to wake up. It's really time to really wake up. And then I could hear that if the choice is to wake up, you're going to be really celebrated. And just for people to know, it's not that the people who don't choose to wake up, they're not going to be celebrated, because at the end of the day, this universe is working in perfect harmony. So nobody is going to fall in the cracks, but the time will come. It's just that you're resisting it. Instead of you willingly doing it and for it to come in ease and grace, you resist and you delay, then you're going to be pushed into it, whether you like it or not, you know? So, but it was like the message was like, it's time to wake up. And I could hear church bells ringing. It's like homecoming. The moment you wake up, you're going to feel like you're home. You're going to feel like you're centered. You're really going to feel yourself in your space, in your aura. It's like redemption, sanctuary, not in the sense that sanctuary you've been suffering, even though this is our illusion and our perception, but it is the sanctuary of the soul, you know? It's like redeeming yourself. It's like celebrating you being who you are fully. After I channeled, I could see like the energies that came were divine white light and violet light coming in to shower humanity with healing and transmutation. So the white light came to heal anything that is still needing healing, and the violet light was coming in to transmute and change anything that is yet to be changed, to, it's like to accelerate this waking up, to accelerate, to enhance this waking up if a person chooses that. What I also channeled was instant manifestation, propelling people to move forward. You know, it's like I saw the image of us being on a slingshot. And it's like, it's a metaphor of like when we think we're going backwards, but in reality, this backward movement on the slingshot is going to really propel us forward. So it's like that quantum leap, or that real leap into who you're meant to be. So I felt like, you know, you're being pulled back in a way to just move forward. And this reminds me of like the fact that a lot of movies that depict real change, like King Arthur, like Dune, they tell you you will only see the future or how far you can go only after you've seen and accepted your past. And this slingshot image really makes me feel like, yes, once you really fully accept, you're just gonna propel forwards, you know? I saw a lot of fire energy. And when I asked what this energy is for, fire energy is the energy of creation, you know? And when I saw that, and it's not the fire it's not the fire that we put out and we burn stuff in, no, because I don't want people to think, okay, how's the fire of creation, like an energy that actually burns me and my body? No, it's the fire energy is like the flame of the soul, the flame of the heart, you know? And when I saw that and how it's going to propel you forward, it's like, to me, it felt more like Aries energy. In fact, it's like we're moving into that portal of Aries energy. It was more about thinking of the abundance and the materialism in life, not in, obviously, just also to clear this out. You can be materialistic and you can be really spiritual. You can have that balance completely and fully. This is completely okay. This is why you're here on earth, to enjoy its pleasures. So it was more about enjoying the pleasures, enjoying the materialistic life, being action oriented. And the message that came through was be fierce and be brave. you know, be fierce and be brave. And it's like I could see like a sun shining through into the roots and going down into Mother Earth, as if it was a message that, you know, whatever you've planted as seeds, the sun is gonna shine to nurture this so it actually finally grows. And this is exactly the time, because in spring is where everything just blossoms. So that was the message that came through very strongly. And if I would say the word primarily was really um, express. And I'm glad you said that number three is all about communication. And expression means you showing up as yourself and expressing yourself the way you would like to. But I found, and this could be directly related to me, I found the emphasis on my throat, on really speaking out. And it's funny because yesterday I shared a message on Instagram saying that the word abracadabra actually means I create as I speak. So this is a form of expression. So what you express, in fact, will manifest. So this is really what's coming through on this special date. Any final messages you'd like to say, Michelle?
No, I think you pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, so for the people who are watching us, set an intention, express your intentions, write them in a way that you'd like to express them, paint them, write them, say them, pray them. Um, any way works, whatever works for you is perfectly okay and it's perfectly fine. And enjoy this beautiful portal because, like you said, Michelle, the energies are much, much lighter. I was telling Michelle offline, like, I didn't want to exit the channeling. I just want to stay in the energies because they were, after such a long time, they are high intensity, but they are very light. Like, their magnitude is big. I'm going to fix this. Their magnitude is big, but their intensity is much milder than previous energies that were coming through. So thank you, universe. Thank
Yeah.
you, Michelle.
So basically, what I was shown was, a picture where there are like people, they have come to an edge kind of, okay, and
Yeah, they need to cross the
there is
bridge.
yeah, so there is this whole valley kind of,
Cliff.
it's just going to
Yeah,
either fall down or you can leap and like in the carpet, the flying carpet comes,
yeah,
Yassminne carpet.
yeah. The Aladdin carpet.
Aladdin's carpet.
I can show you the
Yeah.
world.
So there are some people who will really go into that valley as well. They'll fall through the cracks. There'll be people who will be just standing there. They're just so caught up. What is 5D? And they are like so terrified. I don't want to get on that magic carpet because it's too scary. It is freaking out my nervous system.
Yeah,
There'll be those people as well. So those are the people who will be, choosing. They'll notice. They'll go through those cellular changes first before everything shifts for them where before they can get really ready to be going to the realm of magic. So there are three positions on this. So you can be on the 5D, that is the magic carpet.
yeah,
You can just be very and observe reality and change, bring all these structural and cellular changes within you. And there are those people who will be like, I'm not ready to do this, and they'll be falling through the cracks as well. So
yeah,
just to give you a really good understanding of what is going on at the moment, okay? And it's the solar flares, they're just going on increasing in intensity. So we had M class flares, in June. We had X class flares in December. Now it has gone to X 3.3. They've gone to X 6 class flares as well. Now we are having twin flares, and the intensity is just going on increasing. The bombardment of these high protonic interstellar activity is just going on increasing. So you have to be present for yourself. Okay, you have to prioritize. This is the time to prioritize your ascension. There is no
yeah.
running away from it. We are very close to a solar flash event. Yeah. So,
Okay, let's not scare the audience for now. Take it easy, guys. You have a
yeah.
choice. If you feel the call in your heart, just leave. It's your journey at the end of the day. We're just here to guide you and tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
And before I forget, actually, one of the things that once you said that the twin flare that's happening, one of the things that I also saw is where the moon meets the sun, you know, and what I saw is that finally these two elements within us are being balanced in the sense that the sun does not believe that the moon is better than it, and the moon does not believe that the sun is better than it. They are equally present in service of humanity.
Divine
And this is
completion.
like, yes, and this is like the representation that's actually happening within us, wherein we stand where we stand and we see everybody at the same level, regardless of where they are in their journey. Because at the end of the day, we're not better than, and they're not better than. You know, it's a two-way thing. So I really saw like the positioning. It's like I always in my mind, it was always like the moon gets its light from the sun. Yes, we know that um, astronomically, you know. But then I was like, no, but there is a light within, there's a purpose for the moon, and there's an equal purpose for the sun. And it was like there was a complete balance where none is on a pedestal and the other is below, or one is better than the other. Because the reality is, if we had sun all day long, then how will we see the stars?
So basically, what you're talking about, Yasmin, is the sun is meeting the moon. It's basically you're talking about the solar this thing, um, the solar eclipse, right? It is coming in April.
Which is coming in April,
That's
exactly.
something probably you've tuned into. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, it's like even them meeting at the same level and knowing that they are both valuable, they
Yeah.
are both worthy, they are both needed, you know, and none takes the position of the other. They work in perfect harmony. And this is the example that we need to see when we are accessing ourselves and we are being amongst human beings around us. And that's how we serve,
So
you
this
know,
is basically
for
the
the highest
rapture.
good. Yeah, the rupture and the rapture.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the illusion that needs to drop in order for us to rise in a new truth. I love that. Yeah, but that's about it. Any final words?
No.
Again, I've enjoyed being with you. Thank you all for tuning in. Love you, and we will see you on the 4th of April for another